Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. Very good afternoon to you wherever you are on the globe, on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, in Canada, Australia, or right here in Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, you are highly welcome to this Saturday afternoon edition. In some few hours from now, it's going to be late evening football match in Africa, 8 p.m. in Ghana, in the UK, but here in Southeast Asia, it's going to be 4 a.m. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, I am here with my preview. Yes, Chelsea-Brighton preview, or Brighton-Chelsea, because it is not in Stamford Bridge. So, Brighton-Chelsea preview. Ladies and gentlemen, what to expect in the coming hours? Well, let me just say quickly. At the training ground, yesterday, some pictures that came up, very lovely pictures from the training ground. Looks like Matisse Amogu seems to be enjoying himself at the Chelsea training ground, Cobham. He seems to have found a new friend already in the person of Moise Caicedo. Oh yes, the young guy has found someone he could learn from. He is somehow good, but I believe Caicedo's level is higher. See him. Every now and then, in all the training sections they've had so far, he's been with Caicedo throughout. Very jovial, playing with Caicedo, smiling together. Both are running together. And as you can see on your screen, that is Chelsea's new signing, Matisse Amogu. Yes, Amogu. That's the name. Amogu. Well, tonight, like I told you, the match is 4 a.m. here, but in Africa, it's going to be 8 p.m. Quickly, before I go to the preview, Renato Viega to Juventus, a player that Chelsea was not making use of since we signed him, especially in the Premier League. Sometimes he comes on, last 10 minutes of the game, apart from the Conference League game. But since he went to Juventus, second game in a row. Yes, Viega plays second game for Juventus in a row. Remember, in the Italian league, Juventus is not an easy club. It's a very big club. Oh yes, put the Milan clubs by the side. As a matter of fact, Juventus is rated high in Italy. Now, for Renato Viega to just slot in immediately, just as we saw Joao Felix slotting in to AC Milan, Viega played his second game last night against Como. Renato Viega versus Como. 48 accurate passes. That's 83%. 70 touches. 8 passes into the final third of the opponent. 2 blocks made. 5 clearances. 2 interceptions. And 7 recoveries. An excellent performance from Renato Viega with Juventus. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. These are players that we don't find value in them. I'm not too sure what is wrong with Chelsea, but it is what it is. Now, let's get to our preview. Brighton, Chelsea tonight, FA Cup. Yes, Brighton, Chelsea, FA Cup, 4th round. FA Cup, 4th round. Remember, this game is going to be a very tough one. And this game could just take us to Wembley once again this season. Our only realistic opportunity to win a trophy this season. Carabao Cup, we gave it up. Cheaply to Man City. That game we were supposed to win, but we just gave it out cheaply. Carabao Cup. Now, here we are, FA Cup, 4th round. If we should win, we should be going to, where? Wembley. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready? Chelsea, FA Cup 4th round, are we ready? Well, Chelsea face Brighton of Albion in the FA Cup 4th round tonight at the MX Stadium. Yes, MX Stadium. Remember, we overcame Morecambe. The last time we played this FA Cup was against Morecambe. Yeah. This time around, Chelsea is heading to the South Coast, hoping to progress into the 5th round and one step closer to Wembley. One step closer to Wembley. It is what it is. Can we? Enzo Maresca's Blues have already beaten Brighton this season. You remember? Yes, and a 4-1 win. 4-1 win over the Seagulls back in September 2024 at the Stamford Bridge in the Premier League. Now, Tosin Adebayo helped Chelsea to a 5-0 win in the third round after scoring twice, with Joao Felix also netting a brace. The Portugal international is no longer at the club after joining AC Milan on loan. Yes, Christopher Nkunku is set to play a bigger role in tonight's game. In the side between now and the end of the season, I believe that Christopher Nkunku now have a bigger role to play, according to our head coach. Now, before I go to the lineup, I said Christopher Nkunku, even though the coach made mention of probably using Kopama as a false nine, but I'm seeing Christopher Nkunku starting. Before I go to my match, predicted lineup. Chelsea will be without Wesley Fofana, Benway Badiashile, and Romeo Lavia. Equally, Mikhailo Mudryk and McGuire are all absent in this game. Jackson will have to face a late fitness test. Hopefully by now we should be confirming. I'm not too sure, no news yet, but he will have to get a clearance later today to be sure whether he will be available to play against the Seagulls. The Senegal international and Gray suffered injuries against West Ham on Monday. It is what it is. Maresca told reporters yesterday, is it yesterday? Yeah, ahead of the game. He said Mark unfortunately has a bad injury. Nico is better. He could be fit. It could be a risk, but we will see. Those were the words from our head coach, Enzo Maresca. On Gui, Maresca added, it doesn't look short injury. It doesn't look a short injury. It looks a long injury. Exactly how long, we don't know. Probably weeks or months, we can't tell yet. Dear friends, it is what it is. Well, you see, let me just give you a few details that you need to know about tonight's game against Brighton. Let me just give you a few information that you need to know. Brighton is a side that Chelsea always, going into any game, they always come up strongly. Our head-to-head records are not so good. I just told you our last game we played in September. How that game ended in the Premier League, it was all because of the momentum that Chelsea carried. For Brighton to score 4-2, to be able to score 2 goals against Chelsea at a bridge, it was the momentum at that moment. Remember in September, Chelsea was on top. Our momentum was very high. Our players were in form. That was when we were talking about winning the title. Everywhere you pass, it's Chelsea, I win title in the title race. And we have been saying, no, we are not in the title race, we are not in the title race, which actually brought us where we are right now. Tonight, hopefully, Chelsea will overcome every obstacle and get a job done. Now, let me just give you my predicted lineup for tonight's game. Then I'll be off. After the game, I'll be back with my post-match reaction. In goal post, I will expect Philip Jorgensen to start. I don't want to see Robert Sanchez anywhere the goal post now. Even though Philip Jorgensen was the same goalkeeper that manned the goal post in the league on Monday, I would still love to see him in tonight's game. In defense, listen, we need to go strong. This is FA Cup. This is not Conference League. We have to go strong. In defense, on my right side of defense, I have Reece James. On my left side, Michael Cucurella. Center of defense, I would prefer to go with Tosin and Chalobah. Levi Koba have to rest. His errors are becoming unbecoming. So I'll go with Tosin and who? I'll go with Tosin and Trevor Chalobah. In midfield, like I said to you, it has to be a strong squad. In midfield, Moise Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez in midfield. My 4 attackers, ladies and gentlemen, I will still maintain Sancho on the left. And this time around, instead of Noni Madueke, I will go for Pedro Neto on the right. Pedro Neto on the right. Number 10, as usual, I will maintain Cole Palmer and I'll put Christopher Nkunku up front. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my first 11 for the game tonight. Let me hear from you in the comment section what you think. It is a game Chelsea must go all out and win. It's an away game and we cannot afford, Chelsea cannot afford to waste any opportunity. Chelsea cannot afford, that is why that late test for Jackson, no. It is a game that Jackson, fully fit Jackson would have been involved and he would have scored a goal, I believe. But because of his condition right now, it's better we rest him, we give him full recovery against our next game in the Premier League. So for me, Christopher Nkunku heading the attack. False 9. Let's see what he can do. Maybe he will finally get his momentum, he'll gain his confidence back in the squad, and things can just kickstart from this moment. Yeah, so let's see Christopher Nkunku heading the attack. Jadon Sancho on the left, Pedro Neto on the right. That is my predicted lineup. And when it comes to my predicted scoreline, you want me to predict 2-1 in favor of Chelsea. Dear friends, 2-1 in favor of Chelsea. I'll see you guys in the next one when you see me. Shalom and peace.